Hello, the game has started. I'll just say hello to opponent. It's me to go first. I have one vowel, but I do have the blank. Servans. Severn. There's a river, Severn. Why am I thinking of Severns? I don't think it's a river in the UK, but no, it's not a word. I think I'll go with... Is there a bingo here? What about an ERS word? Snivers, Senvers. Inverse. I think I'm just going to go with Sev. Wow, I draw the second blank, but no vowels whatsoever. So I'll have to use the blanks as vowels. Pilsner is... Okay, opponents played there. What about ending in IS? Or ending in E, that would be better. What about an EN word? N prowls, no. To N... Pilsners. Pilsners. I just couldn't see one ending in E. There are probably a few, but I just couldn't see it. Now, not a great pickup, still just the one vowel here. So I've had one vowel this game. The second vowel, the O. Autolands, okay, opponent bingos. I have hoofs. 45 points. That's a little bit better. A little clunky though with the VM and G, but I can work with this. ING words, well, that would actually work if there was a molliving, no. Hoveling, not quite. I have the men component. Vlog men, no good. Glove men, no. So vom. So words ending in O-N or E-N. No, I don't. I know it'll score well, but I want to sort this rack out, and vom does that for 23. There you go. Love it when a plan comes together. Leading, dealing, aligned, pleading from the P, and leadings, dealings definitely is good. Ion is good. What about a parallel play? Opponent's taken out the hottest lane in the board, the 4-timer. Dealing wouldn't be bad here for 77. Dealing takes an S. Pleading, it's going to be a similar score. I was thinking 76. Dealing. Okay, I've drawn the X and I have a fairly balanced rack. Dealing does take an S. So is there a way to scupper opponents' attempts at pluralizing dealing? Now 3 S's have been played. 1 remains. Oh no, 4 have been played. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 blank. No, both blanks. Okay, so that's lovely. Je. I won't even think about playing. Well, you never know. I'll just look at an X tripled and then the whole word doubled wouldn't be bad. Expire. I don't have 2 E's. Extirp. That would score quite nicely. 62. Now I have created a bingo lane at the top, but I couldn't resist a 62-point play. Ague-like, almost. What would that... Oh, if one of the I's was an E, that would have been nice. Ague-like. Maybe I'll just play off an I and hope for an E. No, that's ridiculous. Now, what about a play of Jork? That'd be huge. In fact, I hope opponent does play up here, above the E of extirp. Yes, Jork 51. Annie line, beautiful. Manna from heaven. And look at this, it plays next to BA. So that works out quite nicely. Now, Sanny line. Why does Sanny line ring a bell? Solanine. I think Solanine I'm mixing it up with. If the I was an O, Solanine. Now, does the G assist? Great, my anyline spot remains available, and I'll go ahead and whack that down. Not great, no vowels at all. I'll play through this I if possible. Dirty, just to sort the rack out. Now, what about a play of I was thinking of TY something. This is an interesting juncture because this is a very hot lane now. I don't want to give my opponent an easy scoring spot here. I don't think there's much I can do though. Trim would stop opponent. Well, what does it achieve? It gets rid of 3 vowels. It stops my opponent putting a high scoring tile next to the A, which would be a W or a Y. It does restrict plays down ending ED, and it obstructs the D, kills the I. Yeah, I'm going with trim. Phew, I draw a couple of vowels, which is great. And I now have, well, what does opponent have more importantly? Oh, yeah, Wade does take the E, so that hurt a little bit. A 42-point play. Opponent's in striking range. Now Yurt would score fairly well, and yeah, I think there's no reason not to play Yurt. 27, not a bad pickup. So I have a balanced rack, but do I have a bingo? Cyanide, if the T were an E. I have the die prefix. Opponent will be looking to bingo, but I'll do everything in my power. Okay, no bingo potential for opponent. Now, looking at ways of getting a high scoring tile here and then the whole word doubled. Eclad is good, but it doesn't score much. Yad is good here for 30. Opponent's got 6 tiles and won't be going out. I should be orchestrating an out in 2 now. I can't get dual direction score on the Y because I don't have an L. Arai is good. So I have Arai and Arai. That's a 26-point play. No. I really want to go out in 2. Now dicty is good. And what about a word ending in PY? No. Well, so I suppose dicty here ensures that I do go out in 2. Yeah, 19, and then at least I go out guaranteed next turn. Just want to look at one last thing here. What about an ANG? What about Kang? And then go out with tidy somewhere. Yeah, I'll go with that. Okay, cooey and choofs. And then I've got tidy across the top. Yeah, I'll just go with tidy here. And that's the end of the game. So thank my opponent for that one. Let's see what we missed. 476, 366. And we'll go back to the beginning. So versins, that was the bingo. I often miss that one for some reason. Versins. So that was a miss. Was the only bingo. And cheese comes down for 39. Now, purslane was the one ending in the E. Springle. So sprinkle instead of the K, the G. Springle and sprangle. And obviously sprinkle. I'm surprised I missed that, but it is a bit trickier when you've got the 2 blanks and you just can't visualize what the letters should be. So that was a bit of a miss. I plonk Pilseners down. Then Orto lands for 62, but Porto land for 72, an extra 10. And then Flosh did cross my mind, and I went with Hoofs. Flosh definitely a better rack leave. Now, early 20s to mid 20s. Opponent goes with Bio. Now Voma for 29 with that rack leave at B2. That's quite nice, Voma. Vom was a few points less, but a better rack leave. Very similar equities. Parage for 20. Opponent went with LA to sort the rack out. Dealing was best for 77, and D-Align pleading also available. So went with dealing. Jirga for 46 was best from this rack, and that gave me X-Terp for 62. I did also look at je, but yeah, I like the 62 points on offer there. Now, biga for 40 or hebe. Opponent went with hebe. Biga, where was that? Through the G. That's a big score as well. Hebe scored well, 40 points, and then Jork for 51 was best. Uzo, Wu, Zia for 47 opponent had. They're 9D down. Oh no, 9C. Opponent went with Soz, and then Annie Line played in one spot only. Got that one down. And at this stage I've got a healthy cushion, so opponent struggled a bit with the 2 U's. Wudu would have been good. Wade keeping 2 U's, that's a bit tricky. Now Trimer onto the A at F2. Trimer for 16, leaving this incredibly hot lane available for opponent to pounce on. And I thought Trim had some merit for the reasons previously mentioned. Now opponent had Wheat for 42, big score but retaining both U's. 15L, yeah. And now I've got Yurt for 27, Tidy at E10, that's parallel to dealing, and opponent, well, there still was a bingo potential here, ending on an E. So I thought I'll go for score and I'll kill that trip lane, not emptying the bag. But opponent had the 2 U's, so I felt fairly confident that they weren't going to bingo. Fungoid, nice find by opponent through the N of dealing. And then, this is the play I needed. Choofs and Cody. I forgot about the C front hook for hoofs. Cody would have been nice, or even Coney. That was a shame to miss that one. And I thought I'll just guarantee an out in 2. But look at Zinky, that was quite nice as well. TAD, I'm definitely going out with that. So Kang somewhat suboptimal, but the game was won. Opponent plays Kui, and then Tidy for 29. F1. Oh, Thebe Kui'd. Nice. That was a miss. And Thebe, I do know the word. So, that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and we'll see you next time.